Yo, what is up everybody? Arashi here, back again with another upload, and in today's video it's just more of a question, just kind of here just to talk about this subject for a little bit because it kind of came to my mind not too long ago. And that question is, are we spending way too much time in a Skywalker era of Star Wars? And my answer to that, personally, if you were to ask me, is yes. I believe we're spending way too much time in this Empire and Clone Wars style part of Star Wars. There's a lot more stories that can be told, and there's a lot more, stuff that we can talk about from the past as well. I mean, the High Republic era before even the Skywalker era. Now, I don't hate the Skywalker era whatsoever. I mean, of course, I love the Skywalker era. That's our main era of Star Wars, but I just believe that it's time to expand, It's time to move on and put it to rest for a little bit. I mean, trust me, I love this era. I mean, outside the sequels, I honestly believe that the sequels can be redeemed as well, but I just think that it's just time to move on. It's time to get a new era going, time to get a new enemy. No more Empire and First Order. I mean, one thing I understand too is that the story is not complete yet, but what I'm talking about is more so in the future when the story is complete, because we still have the Ahsoka show movie to finish off. We still have the Mandalorian movie. We also still have apparently the few Rey movies that we have left. But after all that stuff is completed, it's time to move on. It's time to move on to a different point of Star Wars. But honestly, before that even happens, I believe we need to take about 2 years off of making any kind of Star Wars content, anything like that, well, movie-wise and TV show-wise, although I know that's never going to happen. But we need to just take a little bit of time off and really understand what Star Wars is again. But as always, that's a topic for another video, and I've actually talked about that plenty of times in past videos about taking a break from Star Wars. But anyway, what I mean by going on to another era is Star Wars is so much deeper, so much more intense than people actually understand. And Legends, if you read Legends, you guys would understand what I'm talking about here. And I just think that Star Wars is, you can create anything within the Star Wars universe. I mean, obviously we have the wars part of it, so there's always gonna have to be a war going on, so that part's already taken care of. But the war doesn't necessarily have to be between the Empire and the Republic every single time. It could actually be in different factions. I mean, myself, I've been working on learning how to animate and stuff like that, so be tuned for that because I actually have a whole story about Star Wars, so surrounded around Star Wars, that I plan on releasing to the video in video form. But stay tuned for it. It might not be for a long time because I'm still learning how to animate. I'm doing all this stuff by myself, essentially. I have no one else here to help me. But I have a whole storyboard just right now written in a journal just about a whole era of Star Wars that no one has ever explored. I mean, it's going to be insane. I mean, I just can't wait to actually debut that one day. I mean, hopefully the world doesn't, end or blow up before that happens. But eventually one day I will debut it, so just stay tuned for that. But Star Wars is such a deep and compelling universe that deserves to have more than just, being in the Skywalker era all the time. And obviously the Skywalker era can still have a lot of influence going into whatever era we go into next. But I truly believe that it's time, man. It's really time that we actually explore a different era of Star Wars, and I just cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for any kind of new things coming out, even if it just comes from us, the fans, as I said in past videos, that it's us, the fans, are going to continue the legacy of Star Wars on. Even if Disney and whatever, it doesn't matter who owns it. The fans of Star Wars are the ones who really will keep it going. I mean, Disney's not going to be the one that tells your future kids that, Star Wars is one of the greatest things ever to come to mankind. It's going to be us that says that, and they're going to take our word for it and try to see if they like it themselves. But overall, it's going to be us. It's going to be us that carries that torch on. It's going to be us that moves this story forward. It's going to be us that's going to have Star Wars living long after the creators of Star Wars are dead and gone. It's going to long after Disney is gone, long after, I don't think Disney's ever going to go, but long after all that stuff happens, it's going to be the fans that keeps the legacy of Star Wars going. So keep being loud, keep being, voicing your displeasures, keep trying to steer Disney in the right direction, because they're the head of the ship at the end of the day, and we don't want to see Star Wars be bad anymore. Now, not everything that Disney has released has been bad. I mean, Ahsoka's episode 1 through 6, Mandalorian season 1 and 2. I mean, Andor was good. Rogue One was good. I mean, we've had some good Star Wars moments here, but I just believe that it's time for us to move on to a different era. And it's just time for us as a fan base to really keep this story going, because obviously it relies on us at the end of the day. It's all on us. So as I said, keep being loud, keep being vocal, voice your displeasures with Star Wars, and just keep on going. Keep this fan base going. Keep this franchise alive. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'm just kind of rambling at this point because, I just kind of got sidetracked a bit while talking about Star Wars and how we, the fans, have to keep it going. But As I said, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end of this video. May the force be with you, and always have a great rest of your day.